Hey everybody, it's been a long time since I've grilled, like over a month. And you know, the cool thing about being here in California is it's the second week of January. Oh no, it's going on in the third week. But I'm still out here grilling. Like, so cool to be able to do this all year round. But one thing I want to grill that I haven't done in a long time, and one that I think is just a very underestimated cook, is the humble pork chop. And I've got them sitting right here. But first, I'm going to show you what I did to them. So let's get going. All right, so let's take a look at what we got here. Man, we've got some thick chops. Look at that. That's about a little over an inch. It's about 1 1/3 inches, 35 millimeters for everybody outside the US. But that's what we want. Okay? We want something that's thick because we're going to smoke these. And if you get thinner cuts, then you just won't have enough time for the meat to soak in the smoke before it's done, right? So we're going to shoot for an internal temperature of 145 at 250 degrees fire temp. So this will probably take between an hour and a half for all of these. So I'm not going to put anything on these. I'm just going to put them in a brine. And I've just been a real big fan of brines lately. I mean, I had a video with turkey, but we're going to brine this pork. So let me show you what's involved with that. All right, so this brine is real easy. We're going to do the rest of this apple cider, because this is all I had. I thought we had orange juice, but this is what we have. No big deal. You can do apple juice, apple cider, whatever. The apple cider gives it kind of a really unique flavor. I'm going to put a little bit of apple cider vinegar in there, like a little bit. I learned a long time ago that a little bit of this goes a long way. So I'm probably going to do 2 tablespoons of apple cider vinegar. And then I was rooting around in the cabinet and saw this Canada Dry Bold, which is way too strong for me to drink. And I usually only drink ginger ale when I'm on an airplane anyway. So I found this Bold, which is really gingery. I'm going to put this in there and we're going to see what it does. Okay. And then lastly, I have this Bombay dry rub. You can get this on online. I'll put a link in there, but I'm just using this because a buddy, and you can tell I've used a lot of it, but a buddy of mine that lives down in Brazil brought this back. This is a Portuguese rub, and man, it tastes good. I hope I have enough for those 4 chops. I probably will. But I'm just going to dump the rest of this into a bag. So we're going to combine all 4 of these things in a big Ziploc bag, and we're just going to let it soak. You don't need to do this overnight. I mean, a couple of hours is probably good. I mean, truth be told, you know, people like to season and rub things out. No pun intended there. But they like to put rubs on their meats for, like, you know, overnight, and it just, you don't get any added benefit from that. Like, for most rubs, a couple of hours is really all you need. But for this, we're going to put all of these in and just let it sit for a couple hours. In goes the chops. Wow, look at that. Like a full bag. And so the apple cider vinegar is probably the largest volume in here. So I'm going to do everything else so that when I pour the apple cider vinegar in there, it mixes up. And just 2 teaspoons of that. That's all I'm going to do. And then that goes. Man, it's so long, I'm going to miss you. And again, this is a 64 ounce, and there's only half of it there. Like I said, you can use apple cider, you can use apple juice, it don't matter. Typically, you use kind of fruity stuff for pork chops. I mean, every time we had pork chops, my mom would always serve applesauce. Put a little bit of cinnamon in there. There we go. And you could put like brown sugar in here. You can put cinnamon, whatever you want. I'm just going to keep it simple. I haven't done pork chops in a long time. We'll zip that up. nice and tight, and then just kind of woof it around, and that's pretty full. All right, so I'm just going to put it in the fridge until it's time to cook. Okay, and I got my trusty ThermoPro here. Get it in there. Just like that. Good to go. Okay, so they've been on for about an hour, and they cooked way quicker than I thought at 250. You can see it's getting dark here, a little chilly, but what I've done is I bumped my grill up to 500 degrees. I'm gonna put these chops on there. I'm gonna reverse sear them for about a minute each side. We'll see till the internal temperature gets up to 140, right? So let's do this. Oh yeah. And I can see the red embers in my firebox. All right, so I'm gonna give that a minute each side. Okay, the moment of truth. When I put these things on here, they were about to fall apart in my hand. So let's take one. I like a little bit of char on mine. So I'm just gonna cut this. I don't want to do a gross Guy Fieri bite, so I'm just gonna cut that down a little bit. And here we go. Oh man, you smell that wood. I can taste the apple. Certainly I can taste the charcoal. I can taste that peach wood that I threw in there. Can't taste that ginger ale that I threw in there, so even he agrees. I threw that in there. I can't taste that, but maybe it had some kind of effect. I know people like to marinade or brine stuff with Coke because it breaks down the meat a little bit. Maybe it had that kind of effect. I don't know, but I can't taste that. But this smells so good. A lot of complex smells in there, right? Like the wood and the apple and the peach. It's all in there. This is a huge win for me. Like I barely even needed that knife to cut through. So good old humble pork chop, 2 thumbs up, easy peasy. Thanks for watching.